Hi, my name is Larson Rein, and this is my mock interview for a zookeeping position at Zoosiana, a zoo in Louisiana. How do you envision your role in the position contributing to the overall mission of our organization? All right. I have spent a large portion of my life outdoors for both work and play, and so I really value nature a lot and believe strongly that if human actions don't continue to become more conservation oriented, like the world is kind of going now, that this world just won't fare well. And I definitely don't want to be part of the problem, and I would love to be part of the solution. I practice good conservation habits at home, or I try to. I recycle, and I am in charge of the recycling at my current workplace, um, I as well as volunteering for my school's conservation group. I would love to teach my community more about good conservation practices and ways that they too can help save our Earth. How would you go about establishing your credibility with the team? Well, I love to work hard, and I place a lot of importance on honesty. I'm very interested in getting the job done, and I definitely understand the importance of having a positive and trustworthy work environment. I think that a vital part of running a successful animal care business is having really good teammates and just a good positive environment, especially because so many animals can pick up on subtle stress cues that we as humans might not even notice we're putting out. I think that working hard and being my positive self, as well as being straightforward, will help me establish a trustworthy relationship with other members of the Zoosiana team. Can you describe a situation in which your work was criticized? So, like everybody, I have received input from my managers to help me see how my work could be improved. One time I was told by my manager that I was entering some information incorrectly into one of our systems. At first, I was very surprised because I'm a competent worker and I really pay attention to details. Thankfully, I reviewed my work and realized that I was misreading some lines, and so I was entering information incorrectly and working sloppily. I apologized to my manner, and I haven't made that mistake since. I am always eager to learn from others and enjoy receiving constructive criticism so that way I can perform my tasks more efficiently. What irritates you about other people and how do you handle it? I get irritated when other people have a poor work ethic. It's probably because I've worked in a small business for a couple years where one person's lacking meant that I or somebody else would have to work harder to make up for it. Because I was a mid-level manager at this business, other staff's poor attitude and poor aptitude often led to me having to stay on top of them just to make sure that their job got done. This left a lot less time for me to get my personal tasks done, not personal, but my own tasks done, which meant that I would rush through my chores and perform them, less adequately than I would like to. I try to surround myself with hardworking individuals, but when I do have to work with someone with consistently poor work ethic, I make sure my employer knows about it and then follow whatever course of action they want to take. I will always work hard to make sure, things are getting done, whether or not my coworkers do. Thankfully, most of my colleagues so far have been really amazing and hardworking. What can you offer us that others cannot? So I think I have a pretty unique history. That I grew up in a really small outdoorsy town in sort of rural Alaska. I spent a lot of time hiking and just hanging out in the woods with nature, and have interacted with a lot of wildlife in a very wild way. So that and my lifelong connection to the outdoors and nature in general, just it gives me such an incredible passion to do whatever I need to do to preserve it, especially so that future generations can see it. It's really scary for me to think about a world where my children and my children's children might not be able to experience the same level of wildness that I have been able to experience. Also, I have worked with a large variety of animal species with a large variety of temperaments. And I just really like getting to know individual animals' personalities, how they differ from one another, and different ways you can work with and make animals happy. I have a pretty positive attitude, and I think my positivity shows a lot in the work that I produce. I've taught skiing for a number of years and really love passing knowledge about things that I'm passionate about on to other people, especially children. They're the future. Um, Last but not least, if you could choose any superhero power, what would it be and why? Well, I guess I would choose the power to fly, mainly because it would be efficient, but it would just be a lot of fun also. It would really open the world up, I think. I'd be able to visit some really remote places without, spending an arm and a leg to get flown out there and just be able to connect with nature in that other way. All right, so that's that. I hope it was good.